Oh boy, I'm so excited. My mail order bride is supposed to be arriving today, and I need to look good for her. If only I hadn't spent all morning talking with Harvey. Now, which tie to choose and. Oh, that's her! Here she is! Let's get her out of that drab and uncomfortable box. Presenting the Bandai Namco Amazing Heroes Miracle figure. This is a major moment for me because this is my first ever anime figure. Well, I guess on a technicality you could consider a Gunpla model as an anime figure, but no, they are meticulously engineered models. This is my first ever proper anime figure. This is also going to be my first ever figure review. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone here of covering manga to talk about figures. Keep this in mind as you listen to my review. I'm coming at this from an outsider's perspective. Okay, so I've had this figure for the past couple weeks and have been meticulously studying it. I have looked over my notes and have split my criticisms into two different categories. They are design and build quality. Starting with design, I can understand the pose, however, it still looks a little bizarre to me. It's supposed to be this powerful action pose, and while I do ultimately think it's good, again, it still looks a little bizarre. I think this may have to do in part with the stand. It's a generic stand, so it just kind of looks like Mirko is floating in the air. Maybe if the figure came with some kind of background to contextualize the action pose, it would have been improved. Speaking of the stand, it's not a clear plastic one, which I would have preferred. Instead, it's this dark gray color. The base of the stand is large enough to keep the figure stable, though. Continuing the examination of the design, while I tend to like my Mirkos to be a little thicker and more muscular, that's just my personal preference, and is not entirely indicative of the design of the character from the anime. Strictly comparing this figure to the design from the anime, I'd say it's fairly accurate. I do feel that the forehead is a bit more prominent on the figure than in the anime, but it doesn't bother me too much. I do also wish that the muscles were a little more toned and visible on the figure. If you're close up, you can notice them, but at a distance they sort of vanish. Moving on to the build quality, it is solid. The figure itself has some heft and weight to it, like Mirko herself. It's not a dainty little figure that's at risk of damage. Except for maybe the hair, which is the weakest part of the figure. It's flexible, but that's fine to me. There are several seams on the figure that are visible, but only if you're looking up close. It also doesn't bother me that much. As for the paint job, it's... the paint job on the teeth and the yellow stripes of her belt are sloppy and murky looking. But other than that, it's fine. Examining the figure as a whole, honestly, for $20, I think I got what I paid for. And what I paid for was pretty good. Listen, from the start, I knew that this wasn't going to be the creme de la creme when it came to anime figures, but I'm perfectly fine with that. There are some more expensive Mirako figures coming out soon that look stunning. But for now, this figure is perfectly serviceable. All of these factors considered, I'd still put it in the jar. And that is the greatest compliment a figure can get. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found my review of the Bandai Namco Amazing Heroes Mirako figure informative. Like I said earlier, these kinds of reviews aren't entirely my thing. But... oh, that's my lawyer. Hey, Harvey, what's happening, my man? Wait, what do you mean the state of Nevada won't legitimize my marriage certificate? On what grounds do they have to deny it? Everything was all fine this morning. They claimed that I forged all of my personal documents. Well, yeah, I lost all those things years ago. Listen, Harvey, I know that you'll be able to take care of it, alright? Alright, goodbye. Anyway, like I was... what could it be now? Hello? What? Divorce papers? But Mirako, we hadn't even... Huh?
See you in court, loser.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video,